If there's a sweet spot for me in Illustrator, it is in the paintbrush tool. You'll find it here, 5 down on the left side, and you just take it and draw. Now it's considered free form. That means that it lays the anchor points for you, unlike the pen tool where you would decide where to put them. But with this, you just draw and it's going to automatically put those in for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Just worry about drawing. We have some different brushes here, and this is just kind of like a smattering of what's available. As you use new brushes, they'll just be added into this. We have the size. We'll bump this up just a little bit. And of course the color. You can find a wide array of brushes in the Brush Libraries menu. We won't look at every single one of these, but we will go in and just get a little preview of some of them to get you interested and get you started. Let's look at Arrows Standard. I'm just going to pull this open so you can see them. Now, let that go. Get a brush and let's see. We'll try this one. And it just gives you a row of arrows, whereas this is more the stretch and the length of the stroke that you use. Artistic has calligraphy, charcoal, these others. Let's look at calligraphy right quick. These are really, I think, very beautiful brushes. They can give like a ribbon effect. And just really be quite stunning in the right artistic hand for sure. The charcoal kind of have the distressed edges. We'll make that a little bit bigger so we can see it. And these work with the width profiles. Not all of the brushes do, and you'll just have to try and see whether the one you want to use does or doesn't. But those can be another element that just makes it very interesting. Worth looking at is the ink. You have anything from a splatter, going on, not getting too bogged down in each one of these. Watercolor, definitely some of my favorites. And you can see that they have varying degrees of transparency, so if I have something like this, we'll get a different color. Go with let's go with purple. That if I use that compared to maybe this one, they're just different degrees of transparency, a harder edge, mimicking what watercolor brushes would actually do. These bristle brushes in the Bristle Brush Library shows you the end of the brush tip and the ensuing stroke that would give. The decorative are fun. You've got banners and seals, scatter, dividers, and then elegant ones. We'll look at a couple of these. Let's look at banners. Go up here. Let's get this blue one. Before I do that, I'm going to eliminate some of these so we can see what we've got. We'll get the blue one and just drag across, and you could certainly make your text follow along with that using text on a path. You can see the different styles, even have an award ribbon here, talk bubble, the scatter brushes, not surprisingly, scatter, kind of like the splatter did over here. And they are the color that is previewed, unless you decide to do something about that. Now that has a big scatter to it. If we select this, you can see my line is here, but it's got quite a big scatter on it. Let's move this over just a little bit and look at how we might recolor this, and that's to select it, recolor artwork. It's on your control panel, and it's going to open up this menu, and here's all the colors that are presently in those. Now you could take any one of these and change it. We'll put black in it just for right now so you can see that it actually did change. Or you can go to edit, and this is probably my favorite way to do it, where you can just slide these around and get a little bit different color, or lock this and just turn it around for recoloring, period. So a great way to customize these and make them suit your needs. Going on, we'll look at elegant, and these are just strokes that you might use if you were trying to make a leafy sort of thing. An image library, one that I particularly like is this little flower. That could be a lot of fun. Some grunge brushes, some hand drawn, these are like scribbles. One I missed was the borders. Let me once again clean this up a little bit before we look at those. And we'll take decorative, and let's get this one. And we have a border around whatever we're drawing. Now we certainly can also recolor this to suit our needs. Go back in here, lock that, and just drag it around to change the coloration in that. There's a lot of potential in these brushes. One more thing, in our brush settings, we can actually fill the strokes as we're drawing them. We'll select all of this, delete it, and we'll get a dark green with a little lighter green fill, and just a plain brush. That's fine. And draw us a nice little plant. We'll draw a little pot to put it in. stroke off, change the inside, slide it up, send it to the back, and we have a little potted plant. This is just a brief overview. It's not meant to give you all the details of brushes at this time. It's just meant to pique your interest and get you looking in the brush libraries and thinking about what you could or couldn't do with some of the brushes.